Hi, welcome. The camera's set at a funny angle. Come here, darling. Gigi does not like this mannequin. He thinks it's a person in the garden. Come here, darling, come here. Gigi, Gigi, come here. Gigi, come. Gigi, come. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Unless I can stop him barking. Anyway, it's the top that I've just finished. I changed the buttons. I had lemon ones on that were before, but now I've changed it. Oh, he's not going to stop. And it's the Luna Lovegood pattern, but please don't ask me for the pattern because it was a pain and a half to do, and I had to do so many alterations to it. And that's a close-up of it. I'm afraid she's got no hair on because her wig kept falling off, so I've decided not to bother. Thankfully Gigi has now decided that he's gone in. Right. I'll bring the camera down to a me level. Hopefully you can see me now. Hi. And I'm out in the garden, as you can see. The sun has actually just gone in a little, but that's better because it's not actually shining in my eyes or anything. So I'm still doing my works in progress. I'm still doing this, but I won't be doing them en masse because it took such a lot of work. More the edging than anything. I actually did the actual body part quite well, reasonably quickly, even though it's fine. And but this border, I'm just got the edge of the border. I've only just started it, so you can see I've got to go all the way around it. But the border is taking so long to do. It's round the sleeves as well. I mean, it will be nice when it's done, but I won't be making a few of them. Like I shall have to do an adaptation because the edging alone takes so long to do. It's taken a full ball of this yarn. I think I told you this was hobby, but I'm sure this is actually hobium. I'm getting them all mixed up because they don't have the names on the labels. So I think this was hobium, but don't quote me on that one because I don't know anymore. I should write on the outside of the bag or something, either hobby or hobium, then I would know for sure. So that's the back of it anyway. It's beautiful to work with, but as far as making these to sell is concerned, they're too time consuming. So, you know, you can't factor in your hours, can you? It's like the brown sweater I've just finished. I have took photos of it, by the way. The lady who's got it ordered, I'll send them your way. Not particularly good photos, but they're there. My friend took some of my neck warmers, you know, the furry ones that fastened over with buttons. And if you're on Instagram, if you look up Making Mart Social, she's took an absolutely fabulous little video of this little pink, you know, wrap over thing. And while she was taking it, there was the river in the background and the steam train came past. So she made a little video instead of just taking stills. Made a little video of it and it looks so fabulous, this little steam train going past. I wish I could transpose it from Instagram onto you know, my Urban Gypsy page, but I don't know how to do that. So unfortunately it's just on Instagram at the minute. Another thing I'm half doing at the moment is no pattern, it's in my head. This is the, I think this is the, well, that's the hobby. It's actually got that on it, so that must be the hobium, the grey. This is the hobby. It's beautiful to work with. It's an organic cotton and it's absolutely lovely. It's called Rainbow. There are different thicknesses of this. You have to be careful when you're ordering. This one is the double knit version. We'll stop shaking it when I'm looking. And I think it's called light apricot, although it doesn't actually have a name. It's just 7003. But on the outside of the packet I think it said light apricot or something like that. So this is just the start of the back. When I was making the other one, this one doesn't go in, it's sort of big like that. and we decided we needed to taper in slightly for people who've got, because they're only supposed to be like just under the bust line. So I have slightly tapered this one, and she wanted to see what one looked like with more open work and wider sleeves. So when I've done this one, I can use this as a template. You know, I do things in my head. I know I irritate the heck out of everybody, but I don't have patterns. I just do things out of my head. And so we'll see whether this is what she means. And well, that's the wrong side. That's the right side. We'll see if this is what she means, and if she does, then I can make, I've got 2 more colours in this finer cotton, and I can order more, that I can make something similar in the finer, just using my noddle. Because she wants a wider sleeve, you know, more of a flouncy sleeve, whereas this one's a straight sleeve. Woohoo! She nearly fell over there. Look, can you hear the birds? Aren't they gorgeous? There's one sitting in the gutter of the house next door. Oh, it's so sweet. And I've just noticed something on my house actually. I've got a flat roof on the kitchen, and every time it rains there's this loud drumming noise, and I couldn't understand where it's coming from. And I've just looked up now, and where the downspout is from the roof, it's come apart. So the downspout's like going onto my roof, whereas where it's supposed to go down a pipe, so I need somebody to move the pipe and slot it in. Back in the day I would have done it, but now can't go up the ladder, can't. So anyway, that's what I'm doing now. It's a lovely sort of apricot colour. I think it's called light apricot, that's what I think it's called, yeah. Anyway, I went shopping, food shopping with my niece, and I got Inside Crochet, which is issue, I think it's 112. That's the front cover of it anyway. And the 3 big gifts were little monkey stitch markers, cheeky monkey stitch markers, and crochet succulents, which funnily enough I was talking about, I think, on the, either on the live or on my last video, saying I had no idea why people would make things like this. So this is another thing that will be going down to shop. I'm determined I'm going to send that box off, but I can't get that green cotton down. I can't get up the ladder to get to it. Maybe I can get my son to reach it down, although I don't know. He wouldn't know what to reach. I'd have to go up there with him. That's called a string of pearls. If it's one of the girls, you know, if it's Sue or if it's Kelly, I could just tell them what it is and where it is, and they would reach it down. But men are not the same, are they? And I wouldn't ask my daughter-in-law, because she's got braces on her knees, poor lass. That's a moulded wax agave. I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't want anything like this in my house. I think it was Cherry Heart that was doing these. That's what they are. I'm sure it was Cherry Heart that did a video with these on. But I didn't like them. Not my thing at all. I'd rather a real cactus. Or cacti if you want a few of them. Right, here we go. Let's have a look in this magazine now. There's all the usual, you know, who's done what to who and why and when. Oh, Woolfest in June. I knew it was coming up. Leeds Wool Festival. We didn't go to Edinburgh because, like, as it worked out, it was a good job we hadn't booked tickets and booked where we were going, because Kelly's been so poorly with a migraine. So poorly. But I did get a text message from her this morning saying that she was feeling a lot better today. So, I mean, she's been to the GP, she's been to the hospital, she's been all over the place. And they really can't seem to get to the bottom of what's wrong with her. So, get well soon, Kelly. We're missing your videos, and everybody was asking about you on Saturday Live. So, get well soon. I spoke to Sue, she's doing fine. I'm still hoping to see her at the end of the month, but it's getting near the end of the month. If you're watching, Sue, want to see you. Yeah, apparently the Leeds Wool Festival's on the 1st of June. So that's within our remit. Woolfest, but that's too far. When we don't have any transport, it's really awkward to get to Woolfest. You have to go by train and then by bus and then by everything. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Somebody's now knocking heck out of an extension. So it's a bit out of our way, the Woolfest, unless we get transport. But even then, it's a long ride. Right, that's an advert for Stylecraft. That's showing the latest patterns that they have. I hope you can see them. I hope the sun's not shining this way. I did try and position my table so that the sun wouldn't get in your way. Oh, excuse me sniffing. And I forgot to bring my drink out, so I'm going to be... No. That's dinosaur bookends. And what else have we got? Oh, wouldn't it be nice if I had a space that looked like that? You multiply that by about 100. There'll be no room for me in a chair. I will get round to doing my stash room. I really will. But I've been having a bad back week. Not going to dwell on it. We'll just say I've had a bad back week. Now this takes me right back to being about 20 years old. My mum knitted me a loopy jacket, which I then proceeded to get hooked up on Tony Christie's, if you remember him, the singer, Tony Christie's cufflink. And he was such a gentleman, he insisted that we stood still and we unravelled his cufflink from out of one of the loops. He didn't want to break the fabric, he said. He was so patient and so lovely. And he smelled gorgeous too. Oh, the birds are in full song today. There's a little troop of them all sitting in the gutter. I wish you could see them all. I can see his little heads bobbing up. If I turned the camera you wouldn't really see them because just the little heads are bobbing up and down. The gutter is like the drain, you know, that comes from the roof and goes down. Right, that one's the one on the front cover. Somebody's already bought the yarn for this. I'm just trying to think who. I watched a video. I'm terrible at remembering videos. And that one is a leopard print, or it's a leopard cowl. Although I've never seen a leopard in bright yellow before, have you? This one looks like a lovely shawl, but they don't show it off very well. I hope there's a better picture. And this one's a summer top. The shawl looks lovely with colours. I've seen a picture of it. I think it was on Instagram. If you look up Inside Crochet on Instagram, I'm sure there's a lovely picture of it on there. This one is a bag and a little romper, I presume for a little girl because it's in pink. My little birdies. I love birds. That one's like a sort of a duffel bag or something with a little creature sticking out of it, and that's just adverts for sets of needles and things. Right, we've got a camera. It says juggling balls, but they're actually juggling triangles and various other things. The little dolly things are quite cute, aren't they? It's been quiet all morning, and the minute I decide to come out, people start hammering and the birds start singing. Right, we've got hats and cushions here. Oh, shush everybody. Here we go, loopy loo. Yeah, that really reminds me of my early 20s, that. Wilderness top. Don't know why it's called wilderness top. Oh, there is a slightly better picture of that shawl if I cover up the instructions. But there's a lovely picture on Instagram. I'm sure it's on Instagram. I don't know quite. Oh, it's supposed to be chicken, eggs and carrots. I've just got to say I didn't know why carrots and vegetables have got anything to do with Easter, but apparently they're eggs as well as carrots for the Easter bunny. The leopard cowl is that and purple. It says raindrop bag, but it looks more like thunderclouds, doesn't it? They're mighty big raindrops, aren't they? The big white things. That's a crochet camera, which will be alright, I suppose, for a very little one. But they'd soon get fed up when they found it didn't work, wouldn't they? My son got given a very old camera, my dad's, that didn't work anymore, when he was little, and he absolutely loved it. He went around taking photos of everybody. Smile for the birdie, he kept saying. So if ever you've got any old cameras that don't work, just give them a trial. They spend hours with them. Because it doesn't matter if they open the back up, does it? Because there's no filming, you know. This one's a Bambi bonnet and nappy cover. My son used to play with all sorts of things that were broken. He took a clock apart when he was only quite tiny. My dad gave him a set of little miniature screwdrivers. He took a clock apart. The only trouble was it wasn't an old clock, it was the one we were using. We walked in and he was happily playing, and we came back in and there was like a myriad of little screws and springs, and we took it to the clock menders, but they couldn't put it back together again. These are Intarsia baby blocks. And that's the Rocket Man backpack. Everybody's banging and knocking, aren't they? At least the man with the extension stopped hammering. I think these are cute. I mean, I know I don't do amigurumis. It doesn't mean I don't like them. Little dudes. They're quite sweet. And then you've got the Animal Magic hats. I think it's a ladybird and a frog, and I don't know what the other's supposed to be, maybe a dinosaur. This one says Little Mountain Juggling Balls, but they're actually like the three-cornered things. They're not balls, are they at all? I don't know what you call them. They're not triangles. They're like those pyramid-shaped tea bags, aren't they? And that's a cushion done in bright colours of granny squares. Oh, my mouth's getting really dry now. We should have brought a drink out. And that's the little kitty romper. At least it's got buttons at the bottom, so you don't have to take the child to bits when you're changing its nappy, diaper, whatever you want to call it. I used to hate those things that were all in one without any poppers at the bottom. You had to strip the child off just to change it. Puppy Power Pillow. Oh, I just realised I've left my phone upstairs when I went for a shower. Thought it had been quiet. Hope I haven't got any missed calls. That's what's in next month. I'll have to go back and have a look. I don't go up the stairs unless I have to. I came down, let Gigi in, and I went back and had a shower and put my phone on the bathroom window bottom. That's an interview with Vincent Green Height. He's called Vincent of Not Bad Crochet, which is K-N-O-T, Not Bad Crochet. And he's doing a thing about amigurumis and stuff. And then we've got an advert or a scarf. Yeah, that's it, that's about it really. Oh, let me see if I can sit back without, it's better for my back. This chair has been in the sunshine, and yet the minute I sat down on it, water came out of one of the hollow bits and went all over my skirt. Well, the skirt of my dress, I should say. If you can see any dog hair, I'm very sorry, but Velvet and Gigi don't match. I'm going out later. Nothing important, just a regular check-up at the hospital, but I'll have to have a brush down because I'm covered in dog hair. Never wear velvet where there's animals involved, dear. What have I been doing? Not a lot, really. Oh. She's waggling backwards and forwards now. She's got a life of her own. I'll have to move her because Gigi hates her being out here. Yeah. It's lovely and warm. I'm going to go and peg some washing out while I'm gone. It might dry a little bit. Didn't want to put it out while I was making a video because you just see my line of washing like across the back of me. I didn't think you wanted to see all my smalls and my bits and pieces all on the line. Or in my case, my larges. I'm not bragging, I don't wear anything that's small. And yeah, can't think of anything I've done since I spoke to you last. I think I spoke to you on Thursday, didn't I? All the rest of the days were quite uneventful, really. Just involved food shopping and mostly crocheting, actually. Trying my best to finish off that grey crochet. Changing the buttons on this, ordering some other buttons. I'm really handicapped in the fact that I can't go anywhere to see buttons in the flesh, if you know what I mean. And I order so many online, and when they come there, you're like, oh, it's not quite what I wanted. So I'm gathering quite an array of buttons that are not useful for what I'm doing at the moment. They will come in useful. I always like a great big glittering array of buttons. In fact, when Sue comes down, she says, have you got any green buttons? Or have you got any whatever buttons? Yeah, go and have a look. One day I'll do a video of all the buttons that are in my stash. But it would be a very, very long video. And I need to reach them all out of the garage because I'm not filming in the garage, it's cold out there. When it starts getting better, I will try and tidy out the garage a bit more. Because I've got a lot of machine cones that are destined to go to a certain somebody called Ian. You know who you are. You're gonna get a parcel. I'm determined. Some of them are coming your way. And Ian's just been down. It was his birthday. Not my Ian. Ian on Saturday Night Live. And he went to Black Sheep, and I believe he had a really good time there at Black Sheep. Bought a pile of birthday yarn and birthday stuff. And he even bought like a little wooden thing that you stick your ball of wool on and it twizzles round while you're crocheting, yeah. So yeah, he did very well for his birthday. He'd been saving up for his birthday, and I think some of it was present money. That's what we like, isn't it? Presents we really want. Presents we really like to use, yeah. So I haven't had a look on Making Mart yet. Somebody did ask me on Saturday whether or not it was just for the UK. It is at the minute because it's just being set up. Claire is just doing all the setting up. But she's not ruling out, you know, the US at all, because it is just a platform for you to advertise and to sell. It's not, she's not collecting them all and she's not like sending them out for everybody. So it will be just a platform for you to display what it is, you know. And if you use her facility, it will be a little bit like Etsy in the fact that you've got to pay a certain amount, which obviously nobody can do it for free, can they? But what I like about with Claire's Making Mart is it's going to be all laid out exactly what you're going to pay. There's going to be no like hidden charges like Etsy keeps whopping on me. I never know how much money I'm actually going to get until my money comes, and it's always a lot less than what I worked it out to be, and I don't know how they do it. So this is what's annoying me with Etsy. I wish they'd just say it's this and it's that, and they're charging a percentage now on the postage, which is so damned unfair. Because I can't, you know, help the postage. I charge £15 for postage to the US, which sounds a lot, but I just posted off a cardigan to the US and it was exactly £15. So I mean, I haven't charged for the plastic bags and the cellophane and everything that goes in with them. You know, like people say, postage and packaging, don't they? But I mean, I've just thrown that in, if you know. It cost me exactly £15 at the post office. And it's so expensive. I mean, a couple of people have said to me, why don't you tell us if you want any wool from the States, like, and we'll send it to you. I mean, it's a lovely, lovely thought, and I thank each and every one of you that do that. But the postage is just enormous. You know, so it isn't, and I don't expect anybody to send me anything for free. Don't expect it, because we're all in the same boat, and postage is horrendous. So I don't expect anybody to send me anything, you know. It's like I don't do giveaways anymore, because most of my giveaways were to people in America. And I don't really want to do a pattern of your choice from Ravelry. I'd rather send a gift, if you know what I'm saying. So I just don't do them anymore. I know it's sad, but I just can't afford to do them anymore. It isn't the cost of the things I'm giving away, it's the cost of the postage. You can't exactly say to people, you've won a giveaway, but can you give me $15 for the postage, please? That wouldn't go down very well, would it? And I don't want to do Patreon or anything like that, or GoFundMe or anything like that, because to me that's kind of a bit like begging. I can understand Patreon if people are making up patterns and designing patterns and giving them away to the Patreon subscribers. I can understand that. Although I won't do that. I would much rather they said send me $5 for the pattern. Yeah, I would, because I just don't want to subscribe monthly to Patreon and commit myself to anything like that. I would rather see one particular pattern that I really like and say, I'll buy that from you. I'll give you $5 if you send me the, you know. It's the same with these knit crates and crochet crates and God knows what crates, you know. I would hate that. I'm on a limited budget, and to me the thought of something coming that I've got no idea what was coming would, no. I mean, you're paying how much a month? $20, $30, I don't know what they are. And you get a skein of yarn that you don't like. No, no. I'd rather save my money and go and buy something that I do want. Yeah, yeah, I know Hobium and Hobie Eye and Ice have got tremendous postage rates. But the problem is, what you need to do is add up the postage with the cost of the yarn, divide it by the number of balls of yarn that you've purchased, and then if it works out more than what it would cost you in your local yarn shop, then you know not to order it. I mean, you can get to that bit, you don't have to commit yourself to buy it, you can take it out of the basket and it's too much money. That's what I do a lot of the time. I think, oh, that's cheap, I'll have that and that, and then when it goes in the basket and I work it out and I think, no, I could buy it in the UK for cheaper than that, or I could buy it from Turkey cheaper than that, and from other sites. But you just got to keep your eye open, because I mean, postage in the UK is quite expensive unless you're spending a vast amount of money. You know, some places it's like, oh, wish that thing had stopped. I think they're sawing trees down there. You know, unless you spend, what, £30, £40, £50, you don't get free postage. And you don't always want to pay that amount of money. It's okay if, like, Sue wants to order something or Kelly wants to order something, and we make a joint package up, and then we can divide the postage like between 2 or 3 of us. That's not too bad then. Yeah, in fact, I've still got some yarn down at Kelly's at the minute, but there's no rush because I've got loads to do, loads to crochet. It'll get picked up at some stage. And as I say, Kelly's not been well enough to visit me, so I'm sure I'll see her soon. Sure I will. I'm sure she'll be making videos very soon. I think that's all I've got to say, because I desperately need a drink now. You know when you get to the stage where your teeth and your tongue and your mouth all stick together. So I'm going to hopefully finish off the grey crochet, but I'm not taking it with me down to the hospital. I mean, I may or may not have time to crochet or anything. Sometimes I'm in and I'm out, and other times I'm sat there for 2 hours, which annoys me when it's just a check-up thing, yeah. So, yeah, I'll have to find something easy to do. And maybe start a granny square shawl or something. You know, that I can just... Although I don't need my hospital bag as much as I used to. Excuse me, I've got an itch. You know, I used to have a hospital project bag because I used to go down for many, many, many appointments, but now they've all dwindled off. I think maybe today this one is my last one for this particular thing. In fact, I think it may be my last one for any particular thing down at the hospital. Although I'm waiting to be referred for the pains in my legs, yeah. I've got to have another blood test on Friday, another jab in the arm, yeah. Another big bruise. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't had my injection for my diabetes. That's another bruise in my stomach. I need to go and do that before. It was supposed to do yesterday, but it'll do today because we're not that late. We're only 12 hours, I think. No, maybe a bit more. 12 hours late with that. It's not insulin, it's just some injection or other that's supposed to make your body G up with insulin or something, I don't know. But I do it every week anyway. So I'm going, because I've got to get myself sorted, ready for my hospital visit, which is so jolly deep. Hate that place. So glad I'm not have to go every week like I did at one stage. It's not so much going there, it's all the waiting around you do, isn't it? And the cost of the taxi there, the taxi back, really bites into, you know, my money. But I did get a rise in my pension. I think it's £4 a week. Whoa! But in the same post I got a letter from the gas board and the electric board saying, oh, my gas and my electric were going up. And then I got a letter from the water board saying the water was going up. So I'm afraid my £4 a week will not go anywhere near the rises that are in my bills. So I shall leave you with a chirruping birdie. I don't know where he is. He's in the hedge. They've now vacated the gutter and they are now in the hedge, so that's why you can hear them more. Yeah? Well, I'm going to get up and I shall leave you with a view of my backyard before I go. Oh, dearie me. I don't know whether you can hear the birds or see the birds. There she is, Goldilocks. I'm just trying to think where they are now. I can hear them chirping like crazy. They're usually in the hedge, the ball bit of the hedge there. That's my fountain there in bits from Julie. It's got these putting together with the pump. I don't know where they are. They're making a heck of a noise. But I don't know where they are. I can't see them. Anyway, this is my view. Ignore the baby gate, that's going to the rubbish. This is my view. This is my fence. Sorry, this is my furniture, my decking furniture that has got wet through because the tarpaulin keeps blowing off of it. So, there you go. Where's the birds? I wish I could find them for you. I can hear them. I've no doubt you can hear them. But quite where they are, I have no idea. Oh, there's a plane going by, if you can see it up in the sky. Plane going overhead. I think that there's one. Oh, it won't go further in. Oh yeah, it will. I think that there's one bird on top of the chimney, I'm not sure. That could be one that's making a lot of noise. Right, anyway, I am going to go. I'll have to get somebody to tidy up that bit of garden for me. I don't know who's going to put me leaf fountain together for me, I don't know. Anyway, with the looking at that lovely view with St Mary's Church in the background and the church spire, I shall leave you. Have a nice day, happy crocheting, and I'll speak to you all very soon.